Alright guys. Army, this community, you might want to sit down for this one, because what you're about to hear isn't just another cute BTS moment. This is something deeper, something that honestly has fans all over the world emotional, overwhelmed, and yeah, completely losing it. Because Jungkook, yes, our Jungkook, the golden magne who rarely opens up this deeply, finally admitted something about Jimin that hits straight to the heart. And once you hear this, you'll never look at their bond the same way again. So imagine this, after years of watching their chemistry, their laughs, their chaotic moments, their quiet support for each other, we always felt there was something special between Jungkook and Jimin, right? But we never really got a full, raw explanation from Jungkook himself. Until now. And when he finally spoke, it wasn't just a casual comment. It was real. It was honest. And it felt like he dropped a piece of his heart right in front of all of us. Now here's where it gets even more intense. Jungkook didn't just say he likes Jimin or that they're close.
No.
He went beyond that. He talked about how Jimin has been there for him in ways that people don't always see. The kind of support that happens behind the scenes. The kind that doesn't make it into performances or variety shows. The kind that shapes who you become as a person. And that right there, that's what made fans pause and go, wait, this is serious. Think about it, guys. Jungkook debuted at such a young age. He was surrounded by older members, thrown into a massive global spotlight, dealing with pressure most people can't even imagine. And in all of that chaos, he pointed to Jimin as someone who stayed constant, someone who understood him, protected him, and quietly guided him without making it obvious. That's not just friendship. That's something rare. And here's the part that really got fans emotional. Jungkook described Jimin as someone who always notices when he's not okay. Not when he says it out loud, but when he doesn't. That silent understanding, that ability to read someone without words, that's not something you can fake. That comes from years of trust, shared struggles, and genuine care. And when Jungkook said that, you could almost feel the weight of everything they've been through together. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Because just when you think you've heard the most touching part, Jungkook adds another layer. He talks about how Jimin motivates him. Not in a loud, you can do it kind of way, but through his actions. Through his discipline, his passion, and his constant effort to improve. And Jungkook, someone already known for his insane work ethic, admits that Jimin pushes him to be better. That says a lot. Now, let's pause for a second because this is where things get even more interesting. Fans didn't just react with excitement, they reacted with emotion. Social media exploded. People weren't just screaming, they were crying, analyzing, replaying the moment over and over again. Because it felt like we were witnessing something genuine in a world that's often very curated. And you know what's crazy? This isn't something that happened overnight. This bond, this connection, it's been building for years. From trainee days, to their early struggles, to becoming global superstars, Jungkook and Jimin have been side by side through it all. And now, hearing Jungkook put that into words, it's like everything suddenly makes sense. But here's a question for you guys. Did you ever notice how Jungkook acts around Jimin compared to others? There's this comfort, this ease, like he doesn't have to be the golden magne all the time. Like he can just be himself. And maybe that's exactly what he was trying to tell us. That Jimin gives him a space where he doesn't have to prove anything. And honestly, that's powerful. And just when fans thought they couldn't be more emotional, Jungkook hinted at something even deeper. He talked about gratitude. Not just appreciation, but real gratitude. The kind that comes from knowing someone has impacted your life in a way that can't be replaced. And when he said that, it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't exaggerated. It was simple, and that's what made it hit even harder. Let's be real for a second. In an industry where everything moves fast, where relationships can change, where pressure can break people apart, seeing something this genuine survive and grow is rare. And that's why this moment matters. It's not just about Jungkook and Jimin. It's about what they represent. Loyalty,
Trust. Growth.
and a connection that goes beyond what we see on stage. And guys, here comes another moment that had fans completely shaken. Jungkook didn't just talk about the past, he made it clear that Jimin is still someone he relies on today. Even now, even after all the success, all the fame, all the changes, that bond didn't fade, it got stronger. And honestly, how often do we see that? At this point, armies everywhere were connecting the dots, remembering old clips, old interviews, small gestures that suddenly feel bigger now. The way Jimin looks at Jungkook during performances. The way Jungkook smiles when Jimin is around. The way they support each other without making a big deal out of it. It's all there, we just didn't fully understand it until now. And let's talk about the reaction for a second, because fans are losing it isn't even enough to describe what happened. People were trending hashtags, posting emotional threads, sharing personal stories about how this moment affected them. Because it's relatable. Everyone wants someone who understands them like that. Someone who stays, who supports, who sees them completely. But here's the thing, this moment also changed how people see Jungkook. We've always known him as talented, hardworking, and kind. But this showed a different side. A more vulnerable side. A side that doesn't come out often. And when it does, it means something. And you can't ignore the impact this has on the fandom itself. Moments like this bring people together. They remind us why we love BTS in the first place. Not just for the music, but for the connection, the authenticity, the humanity. So now let me ask you something, ARMY. After hearing Jungkook's words, after understanding even a small part of what Jimin means to him, does it change the way you see their relationship? Does it make you appreciate those small moments more? Because for a lot of fans, the answer is yes. And honestly, this might just be one of those moments we look back on years from now and say, that's when everything became clear. Not because it was shocking, but because it was real. Alright guys, if this moment hit you as hard as it hit the rest of the fandom, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Jungkook's confession? Did it surprise you? Or did you always feel something like this was there? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it as a community. And if you felt even a little bit emotional watching this or hearing about it, go ahead and hit that like button because you know this moment deserves it. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives, emotional breakdowns, and everything BTS. And hey, share this with another ARMY who needs to hear this today. Because moments like this, they're not just content, they're memories.